If you're here, that means you're probably feeling it. That deep exhaustion that even ordinary nap cannot actually take care of. It's a feeling of being pulled in a million directions that even your to-do list is longer than the day. And at night, while lying on the bed, you're even thinking, did I really do anything right today? I was there. I was the overwhelmed wife, the snappy mom, the exhausted worker, the resentful child. I was drowning in the mental load, the unending chores, the invisible, never ending task that run through a mother's mind. Don't get me wrong, I love my family, I love my work, but I was losing myself. Then at it, I realized that trying harder doesn't work. It is working smarter that work. I needed to build a system, not just rely on willpower. This 5 system I'm going to share with you today didn't just change my schedule. It actually gave me the sense of joy, the happiness, the freedom, the self-worth I was losing. Welcome to Staying Dignified with Edith. My name is Edith Olande Olale. Without wasting our time, let's go into the first system. The first one is the mental load download and the delegation system. The problem was that I was the CEO, the project manager, the chief operating officer of my household, and it was exhausting. I knew every appointment. I know once I need to check up on someone, the time children must be picked from school, every appointment. When there is no beverage, I know everything. I know when to take tasks, to do this, to do everything, like everything running in the house was on my head. My brain was like a web with 100 tabs open at all times. The system I had is I had to create a weekly family command meeting. It was non-negotiable. I had about 15-20 minutes with my partner to discuss every week. How this work is we sit down, this is the brain dump. We sit down sometimes with notes or we just our phones just to type everything I've planned for the week. I just download them down because I cannot stress my mental health. The shopping, the picking up, the appointments, everything that I plan for the coming week, I actually discuss with him that Sunday. Then another one is the triage. We discuss everything. We share the responsibility. Not that you will help with the kids. No, you're responsible to dropping off the kids and picking them up every day of the week. And on Sunday, empty the trash can. Things like that with delegators. Not telling him that, can you please repair this? No, he's aware that when it has to do with household repair, it takes charge of that. And thank God for Google Calendar. Everybody has that. You can easily, we have this calendar site. We've already allocated things that he will undo, I will undo, even without me reminding him or he reminding me. So we already know you are the one to take charge of this. There's nothing like, oh, I forgot, I missed it. Of course, your calendar will remind you. Why this saved me is that it makes my husband to be the co-CEO of our lives. It took the invisible mental load to become visible, shareable, and manageable. I stopped being the manager of the house, but just a partner, and this really helped me. It was a profound mental relief for me. The second system was a time blocking sanctuary system. This problem was that my days was constantly filled with many interruptions, messages, calls, a lot of things that will even bleed into the normal dinner time. I did have time for myself. And when they say that women are multitasking, we tend to glorify that. We tend to take glory in that, but it's really exhausting. The system I had here was that I divided my day into dedicated, non-negotiable blocks of time. I treated my time as an appointment with myself. I have this focus work block about 2 to 3 hours, no disturb. I put my phone in no disturb. I bury myself into the most important deep work I need to do for the day. No negotiable, nobody to disturb me at that moment. I've known myself, I don't have this long attention span. So that few hours I try to dedicate myself. The recent book I released when I was writing it, at that moment, nothing, I didn't allow anybody or anything to disturb me because I'm not the type of person that can concentrate on something for hours. Like some people will tell you that they can read for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours non-stop. I can't. I don't have long attention span. So the little I can grab at that moment or the much I can grab at that little time, I dedicate myself into it. Nobody should disturb me. I have this admin block about 30 to 60 minutes. This is when I just dedicate this to little things, maybe just to add to the grocery list, to check up on things, check my messages, emails, my phone. This is just a little part, like it does not really infest into my day. And I have the power hour, which is about 2 to 3 hours weekly. I dedicate this time to piled up works, also the ones that are piled up, maybe bathroom, laundry. That's hours weekly I dedicate to the household chores because there's some things I'll just pile up, maybe just to change the sheets, to do some things in the house. That 3 hours, I'll drop my phone, set my phone aside just for me to concentrate on that. Why this saved me is that the time blocking actually gave me time to be totally immersed, totally present at a role at time. It eliminates this constant feeling of guilt that I have to do something else. When I'm in a family block, I'm alone. When I'm in a work block, I'm a worker. This intentional focus reduced my stress exponentially. Before bringing this particular video here, I actually made sure like, yes, this is really working for me. If you've not watched my video on emotional drainage, I will drop the link in the description below for you to go through that. It will really help. Like, what stressing the points I'm saying in this video. The third system is the 80-20 rule for housekeeping. The problem was that I was killing myself trying to keep this show own level of cleaning, which was impossible with the family. I was wasting my precious time and energy on tasks that didn't significantly improve the quality of my life, of my family. The system I made is to apply this Pareto principle, the 80 to 20 rule. The system I made was to apply this Pareto principle, the 80 to 20 rule. I applied it to my home. 20% of my output actually create the 80% of the work in my house. I identify the 20% chores that will make my house to actually feel clean and I direct my energy to that. How this work is a 5 minute tidy. Before bed, I and the children, we try to like make the living room to stay put together. We clear the toys, the table, the throw pillows, and all. We clean that. This makes the morning to feel calm. Then the clean enough standard. I try not to be a perfectionist. Like I want everything to be sparkling clean. No, I stopped doing that. I no longer mop the house daily. And make sure there's nothing is sticking to the floor. If I have something or maybe a tea, it can easily be cleaned at that moment. I won't let it become sticky. And even in the bedroom, just for you to pull the duvet up, clean everything on time. You don't have to wait till you clean every morning. I stop the daily mopping, and good enough actually becomes good enough for me. The third was to outsource or eliminate worst chores. What is the one chore you dread most doing? For me, it's actually deep cleaning of the bathrooms. So there was a time I was really doing it. At some point, I just do that. That's one of the things I told you the previous point that I try to do it weekly. Or maybe there was a time we're thinking, contemplating of bringing someone to do the cleaning for us, but I'm not so comfortable for someone really entering strangers entering my bedrooms. So I had to make sure like I dedicate part of the time on weekend just to do that. And if not me, my husband does that too. So sometimes there are ways you can eliminate that or outsource it. And sometimes maybe while waiting, I try to do little cleaning just to avoid it becoming something I would dread cleaning later. If you can outsource someone else to do that for you. That will really help. It works faster than even therapy for your mental health. Why this same is that it freed up the hours of my week, also freed my mind from tyranny of perfectionism. Our house is a living and happy, not sterile and stressful. I learned to value my peaceful home over a perfect one. At this moment, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, now is the right time for you to do. Please do subscribe to this channel. And don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with others. System 4 is a non-negotiable self-care slot system. The problem was that my whole need was always at the bottom of the list. And by the time I got them, there was no time or energy left. I began to run on empty and trying to pour from empty to others. The system I made is I stopped calling it self-care, which sounds optional. I started calling it mandatory maintenance. I scheduled it into my week just like night toothbrushing routine. How this works is the micro slots daily 15 minutes for myself. This is non-negotiable. Before everyone else in the house is awake, I have this 15 minutes aside prayers. Once I'm done praying and the little physical exercise I can do, I just relax with my lemon water and sometimes maybe go through some of the books I love to read or even audio books. I just like relax, sit on the sofa and just take my lemon water just to clean my system. Like I said, mandatory maintenance. No phone, just quiet. For you, it might be a walk, it might be a solo shower, anything you want. The macro slot, which is about 2 to 3 hours weekly. My husband knows something every Saturday, 8 to 10. I have it for myself. I can decide to sleep, I can decide to watch anything, or just to take a walk, go to for shopping and all. This is a bigger block and it is scheduled in the family calendar. It also has a slot. Yours might be to go to spa, to take a walk, to relax in the garden, in the park, to go out, just for yourself, to feel cool. Mandatory maintenance. Why this is that this system made me to value myself as much as I value my family. It gave me back my sense of identity aside being a mom and a worker. I started to feel like me again, and that made me more patient and even joyful for my family and people around me. At this point, I'm going to introduce to you my latest book, Fake Positivity. Is the 20th publication I've done in 8 years. It's a seller. It's 4,000 naira for the soft copy. And if you're interested in the hard copy, you can send the email to me. Both the seller link and the email will be dropped in the description below for you to have access to it. System 5 will actually help with what most women, especially the married one, dread most, which is the dinner decision matrix system. The problem is that what for dinner is the most dreadful question of the day. And most men will reply you anything. Am I actually correct? The mental energy of meal planning, grocery shopping, and cooking was a daily source of stress and decision fatigue for me. The system was I created a simple routine plan that eliminated the daily guesswork for me. Each night of the week has a theme. Is it pasta lines, rice nights, soup nights, and all. Friday sometimes is either takeout or barbecue nights. And I also have this master recipe list. Before I got married, I could only cook few things. But as time goes on, I browse. I'm a spontaneous person. Once I see something I really desire to make, if I don't make it later that week, I may not make it again. So once I screenshot some new or learn how to cook some things, I try as much as possible to go to the market, prepare something for it, and cook it. I'm also for cooking when I'm in the mood because I don't like cooking. If I have my way, I won't enter kitchen. So when I'm really in the mood to cook, I have this bulk cooking. I cook fried rice, jollof rice, different soups and put them in the freezer. So even without me, my husband can just go there to microwave something he wants. You can also have this automated grocery list. Like, since you know the meal you're preparing for the week, 80% of the grocery list is ready prepared, and this makes shopping, even online shopping, a breeze for you. Why this saving is that this particular planning, this particular system eliminates massive day stressor. It saves mental energy, this 5 p.m. panic, and having to think of what needs. This also brought peace to what was previously the most chaotic part of the day for me. And also help because without me, my family can easily grab something to eat. And my final word for you is about sustainability. This system is not about you being perfect or hyper effective robots. They are about creating a framework that allows imperfection. This is also about building a life that is sustainable, joyful, and balanced. You don't have to implement all the five at once. Start with one. Maybe it's the mental load download with your partner or the time block. Build your sanctuary one system at a time. You really deserve a life you don't need to escape from. And until next video, remember to stay dignified.